Hello, folks. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm sorry I forgot to bring my microphone up there, folks, where you can hear me. Sometimes if I don't have the microphone up here quick enough, it'll silence the video. But I took my medicine for the night, and I'm hoping that you guys are enjoying these channels that I'm putting on here, folks, and I'm hoping that it does help anybody out there that is in domestic violence, folks, because we all know that that pattern runs rampant out in this world today, folks. I was going to tell you, my husband went to an auction tonight, and he said somebody in another vehicle almost hit him head on, and then he sideswiped him and tore the mirror off of one side of our truck. So now we have to get that fixed, and I think, in my opinion, folks, that sounds like road rage, doesn't it to you? But yeah, I wanted to tell you all about that. But if you guys know anybody out there, a friend or family member that's suffering from abuse or whatever, folks, be there for them, listen to them, and everything, and try to encourage them to get out of that relationship, folks, because it's not healthy for them. And let them know that they're not alone, that there are other people out here being abused as well, folks. And some of us have been abused, and that we are survivors. And you can give them my channel, folks, or anybody else here on YouTube, because there's other women telling their stories too, as well. There's lots of things that you can hear here on YouTube about different women and what they went through. Everybody has different good ideals to help other people notice the signs of abuse, because sometimes, folks, people can get into like a narcissistic relationship with someone, and if they're only emotionally abusing that person, they think that's not abuse. You know, because a lot of times the narcissist might start out with emotional abuse to begin with. You know, by name calling and putting you down, and let's see, there's other things they do too. They'll get you out in public and make fun of you and try to make people look down on you and things like that, folks. And you know, to you, if you've just newly gotten into that relationship and you're still loving the narcissist, it may seem innocent, folks, but when a guy or a woman treats you that way, that that's not right, folks. That's not a healthy relationship. A healthy person wouldn't take you out in public and make fun of the way you look or how you are or anything like that. That's just not normal. But yeah, there's little small hints of abuse that they throw out there at first when you first get with them. And there's a reason for it, folks. They do that because they know that you don't realize that that's what they're doing, even though that's part of the narcissist pattern. And they don't want you to know yet that their mask is getting ready to slip on them at any given day, and let the monster come out where they're going to get vicious with you and start trying to physically abuse you and things like that, folks. I'm not, I'm not going to say all narcissists do that, but the ones I was with were vicious, folks. They covered it up till I got with them and got deep into the relationship with them. And then that's when the mask slipped and I I saw the monster that I had made a mistake with, folks. And that's what I called mine, because they were all physical abusive. There wasn't none of them that just emotionally abused, they physically abused. And sometimes I wonder if that ain't why I have a lot of problems with my ears sometimes. Because I've been hit real hard up against my ears here. And it doesn't take much to bust your eardrums, folks. I mean, my eardrums aren't busted, but the doctor did say that on this side over here, one of the tubes is messed up in my ear, and that's why I keep having problems with it. He said that I probably suffered a little bit of hearing loss due to it too. It's not severe enough to where I have to have a hearing aid yet, but he said he compared it to being like in a tunnel. When you're going through a tunnel, how you or let's say it like this, like you're going up a hill and your ears will pop or whatever. Well, it's kind of like that, folks. But yes, I've had abuse on my ears and stuff too, so there was a good chance that it probably messed up my eardrums. And things like that, most of the time, folks, don't show up till you get a little bit older. And it starts to affect your well-being, as you get older. There's a lot of mental things that you go through after abuse and stuff too. And it's really hard at first, folks. You have to take little baby steps, take it day by day. And, try to find your whatever you enjoy doing or something like that, folks. Double up on it and try to do that so you can try to heal from it a little bit. That's what I had to do, folks. I took little baby steps, and I would get up in the mornings and look at myself in the mirror and tell myself that I know I was a better person than that narcissist said I was, and I'm a good person. I have friends that like me and they think I'm a good person. And so anything that narcissist told me is not true. And I would do that every day, folks, until I got to the point where I would wake up and I would notice that before I met my husband that I was totally alone, that I didn't have somebody there to criticize me or cut me down for anything that I did. And I made friends, and that was something I was never able to do when I was with the narcissist, folks. Because you can't make friends with when you got a narcissist, because they don't want you to have friends or family. And really and truly, folks, they're jealous of their own children, to be honest with you. Because anything like that takes all the attention off the narcissist. And they don't like that, folks. They want to be number one on your attention list. When they don't, when you have your children, they may look like they love their children, folks, but they don't. They're incapable of it. You know, they don't have empathy or anything like that. So, narcissists are mean to children, pets, the elderly, or anybody that's vulnerable, you know, to that narcissist. They don't have any empathy for that whatsoever. And anybody that's out here that's getting out of abuse, I wouldn't leave pets behind. I would try to fix that pet where it would have a place to stay until you get on your feet and you can take that pet to wherever you go. Or if you can't, if it's impossible to do that, folks, you might have to. I know it hurts and everything, but you might have to rehome that animal where it'll be safe. But please do not leave it with the narcissist, folks. Because if you leave a pet with the narcissist, they will probably kill the pet, folks. Because narcissists don't like the elderly, pets, or children. They use children for tools, you know, like somebody that's going through a divorce or whatever. They will take a child and brainwash the child against you. Some of them will do that even without a custody case, folks. Some of them will do that when you're still in the relationship, when they're spending time alone with that child. They'll try to throw little digs on you to that child and tell that child that, well, you know, your mother's silly anyway. She can't do that or this. And they'll just, you know, throw little digs to the kids, and it'll show up because the kids will come back and disrespect you because of something the narcissist had said. And that's what kind of damage that it does to our children, folks. And it's not really the children's fault, you know, because children depend on us to take care of them and nurture them and stuff. And they're kind of stuck in the middle of the narcissistic relationship, so they don't really know what to do. And they're too young to leave home. They depend on us. So that's what happens to the child. They're kind of like, they are trapped in the abuse, folks. Not in their choice, that's out of their choice. They're more trapped than you because they're not old enough to make decisions. Think about that. You probably didn't think about it like that, did you, folks? Well, thank you for joining my YouTube channel, folks. I'll say good night. And I hope you have a good night and a blessed night too, folks. You got this. You're awesome. Bye-bye. Take care, folks. Don't get with no narcissists. Bye.